everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge here to review some Vegas Golden Knights action as we lose to the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1 in overtime in Toronto. And boys and girls, the reason why I have this puck, I got this December 31st, 2017, one of my all-time favorite games in our young history. William Karlsson getting the hat trick, opportunity to watch Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner for the first time. They were fantastic on the day, and they've continually gotten better. Each and every time I see them step up in the T-Mobile Arena, it's not only the great away fans that pop up with the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's those fucking players, man. They're so good. I love watching Austin Matthews play. I remember the NHL award ceremony where they're announcing the NHL cover star. Austin Matthews comes out. I'm kind of just geeking out like, oh my God, it's Austin Matthews, American hero. Yeah. Yeah, I know. People think, it's American hero. I'm taking that too literally. Calm the fuck down. Just saying, dude's American. He's a stud of a hockey player. And coming into this game, John Tavares coming back. Oh, God, the captain and 91, the man himself, the danger man for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But the story of this game really was the goaltenders. Freddie Anderson, Malcolm Subban, were phenomenal. Vegas initially had the penalties in this first period. Just some really stupid penalties by Vegas. And that would continue throughout the entirety of this game just to fucking punctuate that shit on there. But if Vegas had 2 penalties, Toronto had 1. And so by that virtue, Vegas going on the power play, as a Vegas fan, you're just wincing at the fact that the fucking TV broadcast is stating, oh, Vegas' power play is one of the best in the NHL. What the fuck are you talking about? The eye test completely denies that otherwise, man. You're watching this shit like, they're going to take, an approximately 50-second fucking time to set up a goddamn pass play. And even then, they don't even shoot. Okay, they don't even shoot. And so you continue this unbelievable run, into the second period from Vegas' side. You're just stupid penalties. Okay, that was the story of the game. Stupid penalties and early, fucking post shots, right? Hits the fucking crossbar. Actually, 3 times for Vegas between the first and second period, which remained goalless. Spoiler alert, all the goal scoring happened in the third and overtime. But in the second period, Vegas solidified how pathetic they are and keeping their fucking, shit in their pants, man. You get your willies in a fucking bunch. You're like, I gotta go on the penalty now. Holding. Am I watching the NFL? Are you holding for NFL's sake now, NHL? What the fuck is going on? What are we doing there? You're giving Toronto so many opportunities on the power play for them to come back, but thankfully, Toronto looked just as bad as Vegas did on the power play. And yes, Vegas doesn't get a power play, as equally as Toronto. Like I said, if Vegas got 2 penalties, fucking Toronto gets 1. So you end the period, 2 penalties for Vegas, 1 for fucking Toronto. So Vegas went on the penalty 4 fucking times at this point. And you killed all 4. Congratulations. That's all nice and all. But you went on the fucking penalty 4 goddamn times, and you're just lucky Toronto didn't have it, made to fucking score on you. They had ample opportunities. I'm not saying they didn't. But this is where the goaltenders, again, come up big. Malcolm Subban and Anderson. They were phenomenal. I mean, Subban was robbing, Toronto's chances left and right early from the second period onward to most of this game, really. And you could say the same thing with Anderson. I mean, they were both just incredibly on point, focused, dialed in. It's that killer mentality shit. You just fucking dial in. You're like, 1,000-yard stare, fucking blah, and just go for it. And so when you have another fucking penalty to open up the goddamn third period, another fucking penalty, 5th one of the game, you begin to wonder, okay, can they just knock this shit off and just maybe get a goal here or something. And yes, there were shorthanded opportunities for both sides. Ample amount of shorthanded opportunities for both sides. But off the penalty, fifth one, they kill it again. Good job, Vegas. You killed off a fucking penalty. Congratulations. And afterwards, it's Vegas who finally opens the scoring. Third period, 4 minutes and 8 seconds in. And this is the great thing. It's Merrill to Stone to Holden who shoots off. The puck bounces, and somehow, someway, it slips and slides to the fucking stick of Max Pacioretty. Zaps it in. No fucking problem. Whibby wham bam boom. Freddie Anderson's just looking at himself like, fuck me, I should have had that shit. And I can't really blame the guy. I can't blame the guy who kept Toronto in this fucking game all throughout. And yeah, you heard booing in Toronto Stadium. Like, yeah, I get it. Their offense isn't going, but can you give fucking Anderson some goddamn credit, please? I was clapping for this man. Like, dude, he fucking denying us. He's denying the shit out of us. And with Anderson's great play, great awareness, Toronto, of course, gets on another fucking power play, a.k.a. Vegas penalty. You know, despite the fact that Pacioretty brings us up, Pacioretty scoring 20 goals against the Toronto Maple Leafs. You know, most in his career against any team. So, despite going in with that confidence, Vegas finally shits the bed on the penalty, which, surprise, surprise, you give a fucking team an advantage. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to score with this fucking thing. Just zoom into the goddamn net. And you got to eat that shit. You got to eat that shit as a goal. And it's Austin Matthews on the power play goal. And you know what? You know what's more infuriating about this? You couldn't hold a lead for 4 fucking minutes. Vegas presenting the narrative and fulfilling it. Hey, we got leads and we're going to fucking blow it. But credit to Austin Matthews. I love this dude. And he fucking scores. And I'm conflicted. I'm like, I shouldn't be happy, but like, it's Austin Matthews, man. That goal looked good. He looked great celebrating it. I got nothing. So I'm sitting there in frustration of watching this fucking game unfold. And with 7 minutes left to go in the third period, I actually wrote on here, I don't know if you can fucking read this, boys and girls, because it is some nasty ass handwriting. 7 minutes left in the game, and I thought this was going into overtime. I did. And the players looked as though they're going to play into overtime. And despite the fact that Vegas gets more power play opportunities in this third period to rack up their fucking power play opportunity shot to fucking 5, okay? They had 5 opportunities on the power play, the Vegas Golden Knights, and they blew all of it. Even one with 39 seconds spilling into overtime when you're going to have a 4-on-3 situation, they blew it. They didn't do anything with it. 0 for 5 on the fucking power play. And so what happens? You go back on a 3-on-3. Toronto gets you open with that fucking... with that awareness and speed. And you see John Tavares and Mitch Marner just going on the break, 2-on-1 situation against William Karlsson. Mitch Marner, a sweet fucking pass to John Tavares. And Tavares calls it game. 2 minutes and 27 seconds into the overtime, Tavares gets the goal. And on an evening where Subban was spectacular, Vegas... the team in front of Subban, Vegas Golden Knights, really failed him. That's what I believe. That's what I saw in this game. And here's the thing. I'm not trying to take away anything from Toronto because they played well. They played absolutely fantastic. In the last 10 to 5 minutes of that third period and throughout the entirety of overtime. The rest of that shit, oh my God. Toronto looked sloppy. They looked complacent. But they knew how to turn it on. They knew how to get that shit going. And kudos on them. Kudos on them, man. And again, I really do cherish this matchup. I do. Toronto is a city that eventually I do want to visit. I do want to go check out the stadium, check out the Hockey Hall of Fame. Because it's the birthplace of fucking hockey. And I know all the fucking internet nerds are going to correct me, and if I do some due diligence on my research, we may find out otherwise. But. On the day, Toronto did great to close out the game, and Vegas, kind of the opposite way. They held on for a really long time and blew it at the end. So, who are the key factors? Obviously, we talked about them multiple times. Malcolm Subban and Anderson. Freddie Anderson getting 37 saves on 38 shots. Dear me, 974 save percentage. Yeah, guy was unbelievable. He was brilliant. He was extraordinary. You want to throw some other words out there to describe good things? That was Anderson all goddamn game. It was great. He kept Toronto in the game. Yeah, the Pacioretty goal, there's that one blip of an error, but guess what? He kept you in the game all throughout to get you even over to overtime, where he robbed Vegas in that third period 2-3 good times. 2-3 good times. Cody Glass, I believe there was a shot on Riley Smith too. Anderson was fantastic, and he got the win. And unfortunately for Vegas, our goaltender played amazingly. I mean, for Malcolm Subban to come in here as a relief, 35 saves on 37 shots, a 946 save percentage, he was the best part of Vegas' game all night. All night. I can tell you right now, Vegas' game, other than Malcolm Subban, was horrendous. Power play, 0 for 5. I mean, yeah, your penalty killing is 5 for 6. But guess what? You went on the penalty killing 6 fucking times. Terrible fucking boneheaded mistakes in the worst situations possible. You're trying to close out this game in the third period where you're leading 1-0. And then you get a stupid penalty, can't hold a fucking lead for 4 minutes and blow it. You could try to put the fucking twist of narrative to Malcolm Subban's losing record. Well, no, I'm looking at this fucking game and watching this Vegas team just prolapse on their own asses. And it's infuriating because you're like, okay, you have the talent, clearly the talent is there, but what the fuck are we doing blowing it so late in the third period too? And I gotta tell you, man, for Vegas, that is frustrating because this road trip is not gonna get any easier. We got Washington Capitals on Saturday, and I know on Sunday we're gonna go against the rebuilding Detroit Red Wings, but it is still an away game. It is still a road game. Place can get rowdy in Detroit. You never fucking know what's going to happen. And they don't go home until Tuesday against the Chicago Blackhawks in T-Mobile Arena. But with all that negativity, with all that complaint laid out there, let me also inject some positivity. Malcolm Subban was fantastic tonight. This can only mean good things for the Vegas Golden Knights moving forward because, yes, we are going to have back-to-back games. We're going to have long stretches in November. We're going to have multiple games to play, and you don't want to wear out Fleury. You don't want to wear out Fleury like you did the last 2 seasons because it equates to Flower just shitting the bed in the playoffs. Like, I know Vegas fans, we all want to go back to that major and bitch about it, but the reality also was Fleury never looked right in the Stanley Cup final, nor the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs last season against the Sharks. And so, Subban performing and exceeding beyond expectations is only good for the Vegas Golden Knights moving forward. The other thing, too, we're getting points. Second road game out of a 4-game road trip. You get out of 2 games 3 points out of a possible 4. Okay, man, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And we got a tough test, like I said, against the Washington Capitals. But man, if you play up to your potential, maybe you can fucking grab a couple of wins, in the last road games here, right, Vegas? Or you could just play down to your narrative and prolapse in the third period and blow leads. Choice is up to you. Choice is up to you. But I know as a fan, I know which one I want. I want you fuckers to win. And I know people assume, he's cursing his team. He hates him. No, you're just listening to the curse words. If you hear what I'm actually fucking saying, you dipshit, I love my team. I love my Vegas Golden Knights. But when they fuck up, I will call them out on it in the hopes that they get better. In the hopes that somewhere, some universal fucking energy can reach out to these guys and affect them in a positive way. So Vegas, 3 points out of a possible 4 in the last 2 games. I know it's a loss. It sucks, but can't knock these Toronto Maple Leafs off, man. They are a solid team. We went into their building, grabbed a point, done and dusted. Let's move on to Saturday, right? So go Knights go. Boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, if you can, all of this shit for more daily contents here. Now fuck off. Go Knights go.